Hello, my name is Jamar Alexander, and this is my group leading report for Human Services and Counseling 511. For my group, I decided to do a leadership and development group because I feel like this is something that I'm more stronger in, and also I want to see more leaders developed in this, especially in my organization of being in the military. We focus in on leadership type of development, so I wanted to get some interaction with some of the Marines that I work with and see how their leadership development is doing. This group took place around June 29th at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. I wanted to gear it towards this time because I know it was a little more in the afternoon. Military Marines that just got back from their lunch period, and they've been in the work schedule a little bit, so I know they around about that time they've either done their counselings or been involved with their leadership. So I wanted to see what feedback they had received. The group went for about an hour. I thought it was a good time period because I wanted to get them ultimately back to their work assignments. The event went in building 5655, which is their work environment. I wanted to be somewhere that they was comfortable in, something they was familiar with, and something that wasn't too much outside of their element. The group was about 8 individuals ranging from age group 19 to 21. I thought this was a pretty good group because one, they're starting to come into their understanding of what a leader is. They're still have a gaining a better understanding mindset of what a leader is, and this is a good group to start honing in their skills. The relationship I have with them is I'm their company commander, meaning that I oversee their leadership and development. I oversee their growth and potential, and and I work with them on a regular basis. So I not only am leader over them, I'm over their leadership as well. So I have a particular interest in their leadership development. Overall, the purpose of this group was just to get a better understanding of what they see as a leader, or what do they understand as mentors. Why are mentors so important to them? How are their mentors benefiting them, as well as some of the leadership things that they can start looking into to be better leaders or influence their leadership so that they can be better overall. My end state is that they just have better leadership all the way around, and ultimately hone that leadership so when they get to be higher up in rank or just overall they can have a better understanding of it. So some of the group dynamics and content, some of the processes that we experienced through this was the group was pretty much comfortable with me because they know me. I'm the company commander. We did very well. We started off kind of rocky because some of the individuals wanted to talk about some of the taboo side of the company, some of the issues that we've been running into, and I immediately had to let them know that hey, some stuff are still going on as far as like investigations, or some stuff is just not for this particular group right now, as well as for my credentials. I'm not able to go into certain topics. So once they got a better understanding of that, and we definitely discuss rules up front as far as what goes on in the group can't be spread out amongst the group. They can't get on Snapchat and Instagram and tell all their friends. So once we got that out of the way, the group was pretty much understanding. They all knew each other, so the dynamic wasn't too crazy. It was their first time, so they was kind of on the edge as far as like where can we go with the company commander, what can we say, what can we tell him. But once we laid out the rules, everyone was pretty much on board with it. Again, they were very much involved. Like once I started giving them some feedback as far as like what I've seen and as far as leadership, everybody pretty much played right into it, and it was a very successful group to where they wanted to look at doing it again. Like, hey, this is a good thing for us that we get this interaction time with you as far as a leader, seeing it from both sides of the house. So we want to continue to go forward and do it. Some of the techniques that we used in the group was rounds. I thought rounds was very beneficial in the group because what I did was I asked them, I said, okay, given a number between 1 to 10, 1 being the worst leadership you've had, 10 being the best leadership, where do you think your leadership is, and then where do you think the leaders that are above you, what are their leadership, how is it? And that really opened up the door for us to have better conversation as far as how they felt as leaders and what they want out of their leadership. So I think rounds is a very beneficial thing to use. I plan on using that definitely in the future. So just looking back over some of the stuff we did, some things I think I could have done better on for our self-assessment was how I interacted with certain individuals that want to talk about taboo subjects. Like when I saw where they were going with it, because just knowing these individuals, I immediately like cut it off. And then on some other instances where Marines wanted to express not express certain things, and some of the other members was like, hey, yeah, just go ahead and say it, I kind of just like immediately shut them down and was like, hey, let them do that. And I think I could work on my approach to them. Like if I see where they're going, after I know these individuals, I can kind of help that one individual where I think he's going, as well as the individual that's expressing his concern, instead of just straight cutting it off. So that's one thing I work on. Challenges that I faced in there and how did I counter them. I think the biggest challenge was just dealing with the icebreaker of the group. That was the biggest thing, because they didn't know how to respond. Like, how do you talk to your company commander? Like, what can I tell him without getting myself in trouble or getting the other Marines in trouble? So I could definitely do that different as far as making them kind of feel more welcome. And I think just with over time, these things will work out. Like they just need more interaction with me, more time talking to the company commander. So I think that'll be beneficial. One of the biggest takeaway I took from this is just what's going on with the Marines. How are they feeling? How are they? What's just going on with their leadership in general? And that's always good when you can get information from the actual boots on ground, or individuals that are actually in the fight. That always helps a leader know where he needs to take his group from there. And just going forward, being able to apply this in my life, as well as holding more group sessions where I can interact with the individuals. And as a leader, sometimes you have to come off the mountaintop to see what's going on in the valley. Like sometimes you have to get knee to knee with individuals that are actually going through the situation and say, okay, how are you feeling? What's going on? Why do you feel like that way? Who's helping you? What support do you need? Because sometimes people just need to get it off their chest and just need to talk. So going forward, just to enhance, how can I enhance my group skills, is just doing it more often. These things definitely take time and take practice. Nobody gets it the first time, only the first session. Even when I was sitting in some of the other groups, just doing it more often, it become more comfortable. People understand how they talk, what they say. So that was definitely beneficial. And then so just ending on a good note, I would say my end thought would be the leader to others in a way you want to be led. Lead with passion, lead with firmness, fairness, and lead with compassion. Okay? One day somebody is definitely going to have to lead you again. When somebody led us when we was born, and somebody's going to lead us when we're on our way out. So definitely, while you're in, lead in a way that you want to leave a legacy for others that will want to follow you. Thank you for your time. This has definitely been beneficial, and I enjoyed my time. Thank you.